There's two names.
What we just read. He ain't got to Deuteronomy yet.
Now we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 25:15. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody could help ask you to move, and that could be an opportunity for you to testify to somebody. But since you're physically incapable, you know what I'm saying? They be like, nah, don't call Johnny. You know what I'm saying? He can't help us.
He can't breathe.
Johnny can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? He can't help us. You know what I'm saying?
Make matters worse.
Yeah, Johnny gonna make matters worse. You know what I'm saying? And we all know we ain't gonna call somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though they have a spirit to help, but you're not physically able to. And this isn't from old age. This is from poor lifestyle.
Yeah, that's me.
But you're elder. You know, man, you're here. You know what I'm saying? You're not. You know what I'm saying? You're up at 70 years old. You know, still walking around. You're doing better than a lot of people. But if there's room to do better, why not? You know what I'm saying? That's spiritual, physically, mentally. You know, because you're trying to present yourself to Yahushua Mashiach. Hey man, you know, I'm taking care of this temple. You know, I'm not defiling this temple. Deuteronomy 25:15. But thou shalt have a perfect and just weight, a perfect and just measure shalt thou have, that the days may be lengthened in the land which Yah thy Elohim giveth thee. And we understand that obesity and gluttony, that will shorten your life. You ain't got to worry about getting shot. You know what I'm saying? You just took 30, 40 years off your life. You know what I'm saying? There's people, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, you know, they be lucky to make it to 30, 40 years old because they can't put down the fork. The spirit of gluttony is just completely over them, has overtaken them, and they need to be healed from that. And they need to acknowledge that as well. 1 John 2-16. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of Yah, thy Elohim, but is of the world. So all the packets of donuts, the sweet treats, the hog maws, the chitlins, the delicate cornbread dressings, man, you know what I'm saying? That lust, I ain't saying you can't enjoy it. I'm talking about when people start turning this into a lust. Oh my goodness. Oh, they ain't got no more cornbread dressing. You know what I'm saying? People get mad. People get mad over food, man. You know what I'm saying? People get mad. And that's when you know, like, hey man, this is not becoming of Yah. So what? There's no more cornbread dressing. Maybe somebody make you a special on the side. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the behavior that people have with the lust of the lascivious, the delicacies in the whore of Babylon. The whore of Babylon. Why do you think she got all these cooking things? Betty Crocker, Aunt Jemima. What do you think that she know? She know what you want. You know. They say a way to a man's heart is through his belly. Satan know that. Say no that a whore cook you a good meal. Look, man, she treat me good though, man. Yeah, she a devil worshiper, but man, she can cook some lima beans, man. She can cook some lima beans. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't want to eat lima beans. They don't want to eat anything that like that.
Yeah, I understand.
Add the steak and the caviar.
Yeah, whatever you want, man. She'll cook you the steak, the cheeseburgers. You like cheeseburgers? She'll cook you the best cheeseburger you ever had, man. You know what I'm saying? She'll cook it for you. We're going to go to Sirach 1 Timothy before we go there. 1 Timothy 3, chapter 3, verses 3 and verses 8.
Verses 3 and verses 8?
Correct. Just going to those two particular verses. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 3, and then we're going to go to verse 8. Not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetousness. And when greed is set in you, you're not patient. You know what I'm saying? You get angry very fast. You know what I'm saying? And somebody ate the last batch of popcorn, man. You know what I'm saying? It's that, oh, man, I really want some popcorn. But when you got that greed spirit on, you get angry. You know what I'm saying? And that's not becoming of Yah. 8. Likewise, must the deacon be grieved, not double-tongued, not given to much wine, not greedy of filthy lucre. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to how many of them deacons, you know, deacon, we got all this spread out for you, you know what I'm saying? They love it, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to correct them, be like, hey man, we should start eating healthier or some of that nature. They just love to be filled with the fat of the whore. And that's not becoming. Sirach 18:27, Sirach chapter 18, verse 27 to 32. And you know the churches are just filled with obesity. I mean, it's a shame, boy. I mean, you know, you get a packed church, the foundation gonna go down a foot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of
bad.
You know what I'm saying? Boy, don't let the spirit come in. They start jumping, boy. That's another 4 foot, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a just weight. God wants you to have a just weight. And in order to have a just weight, you got to watch how much you eat and what you eat. 18:27 to 32. Yeah, verses 27 to 32. A wise man will fear in everything. That goes with eating. And in the day of sinning, he will be aware of offense. Oh man, I'm starting to eat too much, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a foot-long Philly cheesesteak today, 2 slices of cheesecake, a burger. I had 2 bags of potato chips. Nah, I gotta watch this. You know what I'm saying? Cause you gotta think about it. That stuff comes upon you, sneak up on you. You know, if you're 30 years old and you've been eating like that for 30 years, and you weigh about 200 pounds, a good weight for your size and stature, and for 30 years, each year you put on 3 pounds. In 30 years, 3 times 30, that's 90, almost 300 pounds. Yeah, it took 30 years to get there, but when you older in age, you don't want to work that stuff off, man. I'm tired. Woo! So that's why you got to be due diligent in your whatever age you are, especially in your youth. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to teach your children and learn it from a youth. So when you get to that age, you know what I'm saying, you're going to recognize it's going to be easily corrected. Because I'm telling you, man, people, you know, once they start hitting 50, 60 years old, man, they don't want to, you know, you getting in a habit. Man, I've been eating this for 30 years. Now you got an insatiable appetite for it. You can't kick it like crack. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, man, some people leaving out of this place not by a gunshot, but by a fork. You know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous thing. You put it in the worst hand, a fork can be dangerous. That thing can be dangerous.
Or your worst enemy.
Yeah, it can be your worst enemy. It's always there for you. It's close by. You know what I'm saying? A good friend when you're sad, mad, happy is always there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be wise. See how Satan come at you, man.
Kind of reminds me. I think something to add to
Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody always kept your brother. Brother Richard could probably attest to that too. You go to the field with your MRE. The one thing you save is that fork. MRE, man. Oh, honestly, you save that fork, so you always have one. Okay, you eat it.
That's right, go your best friend, because you want to eat, man.
But you got it. Then you get a new pack of MREs today. I mean,
That one might just have a spoon in it. You use a fork. Or some of them come but don't have any utensils in it.
I ain't know that.
Look at that. Bear witness, spirit bear witness, man.
I'm saying, I'm telling you what, man.
And you got some of them people out there, hey man, you gonna eat your MRE? They locked and ready, boy. They locked and loaded, boy.
If you look around, man, you see them. They got the MRE fork either stuck in their blouse pocket or kind of stuck in that band around the hat. You keeping that fork. Don't lose that fork, man.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit, bear witness right there, boy. And I'm sure, and the Army, you know what I'm saying, they having an issue because a lot of people in America are just too obese. They find it, they have a lack of people applying, the people are just too obese. You know what I'm saying? They got special programs that they're developing over the past couple of years just for people who are obese. niece who were trying to join the army because they were like, man, y'all we can't use you, you know.
Like me, I was in a fat boy program.
So you know, this ain't nothing new, you know what I'm saying? But it's getting worse and worse. It's gotten worse and worse, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I was in that too, but.
Okay, but it's worse. It's way worse now, man. I'm talking about, you know, diabetes and all that is way more prevalent now. 18:27. Get back to that. All right, 27. A wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning he will be aware of offense. But a fool will not observe time. Every man, you know, when you see the weight thing right there, you go past it. Oh, I weighed 260 today. Okay. What's that? Oh, 265? Okay. Another day? Oh, 275? Okay. And you know, you do you see what's happening there? You see what's happening? Something keeps going up. It's your weight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And wisdom comes with discernment. Like, hey man, I shouldn't be eating this. Hey, how about I just eat some more vegetables? How about I not eat certain things today? You know what I'm saying? How about I fast today? You know what I'm saying? I see, you know, because I don't want to wind up like that. You know what I'm saying? Every man of understanding knoweth wisdom, and will give praise unto him that found her. They that were of understanding in the same became also wise themselves, and poured forth exquisite parables. Go not after thy lust. That dinner, you know what I'm saying? They got buy 2 for 1 here. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, when you dealing with something, you know what I'm saying? Just like you don't want to go around, I don't want to go to this particular store because people dress a particular way that might be enticing to me. I don't want to, you know, I'm going to pass right past McDonald's. You know, I see that 2 for 1, but I'm going to pass it right by. You know what I'm saying? You got to see what your vex is, and we're talking about gluttony today. And if it's food, you got to pass. Hey, you know, your mother called you over. Hey, man, we got a spread out. Talk to you later. Go pray. Go, because you got a thing, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, this is shortening your life. And if you're not right with Yah, and you go there pre-adventure, what's the word? You expired before your time, not because Yah took you out, because you took your own self out. Hey, man, you still had some sin you needed to repent of, and one of them was gluttony. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock. But you know what I'm saying? I done seen larger people. I'm talking about people, you know, teenagers and 20s. They very heavy set. They fall, and people, you know what I'm saying? People unmerciful, man. They about to laugh. They about to laugh. Even people help you.
I know I would.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not malicious or nothing, but it's just like, man, it has some humor in it. You know what I'm saying? Not maliciously. And some people gonna laugh at you maliciously. Take out their phones. Now you on YouTube, Facebook. You know, a million people that sing you. This ain't no.
Many people seen a million hits.
You know what I'm saying? Laughing at you. Now they making memes of you, pictures of you. You know, and these people in the world are cruel. The comment section, boy, that's gonna be cruelty. That's gonna be cruelty, boy. Don't go read the comments if you sensitive. Cause they about to cruelly crucify you on there. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And she will make you wickedness. This whore will make you a laughing stock. You know what I'm saying? What they call, you know what I'm saying? I'm a nasty woman. What man gonna hire her? What decent man she gonna go apply? But that's that woman. I seen her on CNN. She had the nasty woman sign. That's trouble. And you probably needed that job, and you were qualified for that job. But now you like, look at this hoe. She tried to apply here, the nasty woman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She will make you a laughing stock. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee. I don't know what malign means. Have to look that up. Take not pleasure in much good cheer. And we started about that, the manners of eating, you know what I'm saying? Don't be the first one to be up in there. Don't overly do it. Have some decor to yourself. Because also the children are watching how you eat. How you, and they're gonna grow up doing the same thing. My daddy did it, my granddaddy did it. So it's an unhealthy cycle because you saw this growing up and you're displaying this for the next generation. It's okay. I call this abnormality that is normal. You're in a world right now where abnormality is normal. Right. And this goes to the scripture. They have eyes to see not and ears but hear not. You know what I'm saying?
Good is evil, evil is good.
Mm-hmm. Or they just retarded. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, when you're eating so much, your body does not work properly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Diabetes, getting their legs cut off, you know what I'm saying? Not to put that in your thought right now, you know what I'm saying? Arms cut off. You straight, Brother Ryan, you straight, you know what I'm saying? You just got it going through some healing. You know what I'm saying? And nothing flows right, you know what I'm saying? If you're getting blood clots, you know what I'm saying, and this goes with diabetes and all this other stuff, and you're in cholesterol levels clogging up the blood, and show a picture of that in a little bit, you think your mind is working, functioning? You know what I'm saying? You blacking out? I mean, your body is getting ready to go, and you full of sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people are in hell right now because they couldn't repent before they died because of obesity? Satan don't care. Here, eat some more. I made some pie just for you. I put extra butter in it for you because I know you like butter. You know what I'm saying? We all like this stuff in moderation, though. That's the thing. We can have delicacies in moderation. Yeah. So that was just 32. Take not pleasure in much good cheer, neither be tied to the expense thereof. And now we'll go to Sirach 41, chapter 41, 17 to 18. Chapter 41. 17, 18. Correct. Sirach chapter 41, 17 to 18. Be ashamed of whoredom. And that's food whoredom too. Man, this is a shame, man. You don't have no shame, cousin Bobby. You ain't got no shame coming up in here and just eating everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, no shame. Be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother, and of a lie before a prince and a mighty man, of an offense before a judge and ruler, of iniquity before a congregation and people, of unjust dealing before thy partner and friend. And, some people come, again, go to the, family reunions and all that stuff, and they don't have no care, and the congregation at that point in time will be the family. They're looking at, you know what I'm saying, like, put the fork down, Bobby. Like, and don't let the whole family be like the Clumps. Y'all remember that movie, The Clumps? That's Satan mocking Zion because Satan Zion has an obesity problem. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Everybody a lot of nations, but Zion, Negroes, obesity problem is a rampant thing. That's one of the top. Heart disease, cholesterol. This is a top thing that's getting a lot of people out of here sooner than they were supposed to be.
Yeah, but I don't think they try to help them either because whatever they prescribe to them, they don't do nothing for them. No.
Why would Satan want to help you with your cholesterol? Trying to get you in hell, trying to get you out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they ain't because you're in the beast system. You're in the whore of Babylon. Right. So the death that they give you, they just going to give you some pills or some prescriptions that make your life miserable.
The natural death, then the spiritual.
And then they just wait for you to die. They just helping you to ease the pain of your death. You know what I'm saying? And that's a miserable life, man. It's a miserable life. I've seen people, a bag full of pills, and they got weight issues. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to go to curses of gluttony. Isaiah chapter 3:16. This is the other 3:16 people need to learn about. Everybody know about John 3:16? Isaiah 3:16. Man. Isaiah 3:16. It's going to be 3:16 and 24. verses 16 and 24. Moreover, and this is one of the curses that Yah placed upon the daughters of Zion, and one of them, as you're going to see, moreover, Yah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. And you got to understand, I'm putting this in perspective, the daughters of Zion are absolutely, they still very attractive to this day, but they were in an uncursed state right here, so they were just absolutely just fine. You know what I'm saying? Fine, natural. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? She fine.
Bad.
And they knew it. They knew it. They knew it. They were fine.
Yeah.
You know, they knew, and in the Apocrypha goes there, like the other nations envy the daughters of Zion beauty. These are your women? And so you talking about ego, pride, and all that, but this is one of the curses Yah said he did put on the daughters of Zion. Moreover, Yah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with a stretched forth neck, and wanting eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead, that's just another topic, but the point about here is obesity. And instead of a girdle, a rent. That means fat. When you look up the word, you mean fat. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher, a girdle of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. But the point I want to bring out mainly is instead of a girdle, a rent. You know, they're going to have that tire around them. This is the consequences of disobeying Yah. He will take away your beauty. That's what he did to Satan. I'm taking away your beauty. Since you want to feel yourself like you all that, well, I'm going to make you less than all that now. And that's why Satan likes to glorify things that are unhealthy and are not becoming to Yah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just think about, accept your weight. We all beautiful it out. No. Yes, I understand what you're saying. We're not talking about downing people for their weight and size, but you can't promote and teach people to sustain this unhealthy lifestyle. Look, if you're having weight problems, what are these things? If you need some help. If you need help, ask. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these church leaders, they're in the same boat, so they ain't talking about no healthy programs or anything of that nature. Pastor Pochop, he's pushing 380. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but some of the amount of garbage it takes to make some of their suits, I mean, just like a king-size blanket. And if the congregation is being physically ill, they can't go to the church, which the church is supposed to be someplace where, hey, I need some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna come to, pray for me for my weight problem? How you gonna go to a pastor with a weight problem and ask the pastor to pray for you for a weight problem? The pastor, you think the spirit of Yah gonna be on him? He's gonna be all type of, she's probably making jokes about me. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna take offense to that. You know what I'm saying? He got a weight problem. He's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna lay hands with somebody when if you in the midst of sin, that particular sin, and they come to you as a supposed man of Yah to be prayed over for that particular sin that you're doing in secret? You think Yah respecting that? Absolutely not. How dare this person pray about this sin when they're doing that sin?
So you want to a broke person to ask how to make money?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what I'm saying?
oh, I tell you.
Saying the pastors committing fornication secretly, and it's my so peace prayer, I got problems.
Mm-hmm.
Fornication, stuff like that, sinning like that. How you can't pray?
Exactly. And unfortunately, these are one of the sins that everybody sees. Somebody might not know you just did 3 orgies last week, but they know you had 2 cakes last week because they see it. And this ain't to be mockery, just because these are one of the sins that everybody see. Like tattoos, somebody who repented of all that, you're walking with your scars. Right. And unfortunately, being overweight, that's one thing that you can, adjust, over time. But people are looking at that from you. Isaiah, so we got that. That's a curse. The rent will be larger. Proverbs 23, verse 21. Then after this, we're going to show you some stuff to Cause I mean, I was looking up some of this stuff, man. This stuff is grievous, man. I mean, like, and some of the, and when you really start tipping the scale, I mean, the effects that it has on your body. I mean, you basically are turning to something that's not, that's greedy, that's hard to look at. You know what I'm saying? Because it affects your body. Like when somebody's smoking crack, you know what I'm saying? The sores and everything. When you start, the gluttony start really showing and kicking in, it affects your body, poorly. 23:21, Proverbs, let me get to it. Proverbs 23:21.
You need to go to verse 20.
Sure, why not? Be not a wine bibber. Be not among wine bibbers. And that's also don't be around people who can't control themselves with that fork. Because they're gonna say, come on, man, oh, you skin. What larger people tend to say, and especially women. A lot of women tend to be more jealous, a more catty situation amongst women. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's, they just want. A lot of people talk behind your back. You know what I'm saying? Who they think they are, they look skinny. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of cattiness. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the scripture, just like with Jacob's wives, they fight each other. That's my man. No, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? And if you sit around it, go anything. Somebody's smoking crack, somebody's in fornication, it's gonna rub off on you. And food is one of them things. You know what I'm saying? People who tend to be gluttonous, they tend to be around. They know what a good food is. You hang with me, I'm gonna show you all the spots. You know what I'm saying? And then 2 years later, you know what I'm saying? Y'all look like twins. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
setting you up for that.
And
he wants your eating partner, man.
And Satan can be in that person. Yeah. And a lot of people who have obese problems, depression kicks in. Right. Sadness kicks in. And then you got Oprah is big notorious for that depression eating. She was always talking about depression eating. Oh, when I get depressed, eat cookie dough. I eat a tub of Haagen-Dazs. And Oprah always talking about she got fight with her weight, you know what I'm saying? She gave up the fight, I think, after seeing her, she just said, the heck with it, man, I'm a billionaire, so what? So what? But she got the money to not care. You don't. And even if you do have the money to not care, you're not treating your body the vessel. You know what I'm saying? You can't. She got $1 billion, and she would spend every last dollar to keep that body going. She would spend every last dollar. Anybody who's severely sick, and you could have somebody broke as a joke, and they have help because you can't. It's not comparable. You can't buy it at all. Right. You get in a car accident and you lose your hand. If you had $5 million, you want your hand. You would want your hand back. You know what I'm saying? So I feel what you're talking about, man. You don't want to lose no ailments. I don't want to lose any. You know what I'm saying? You lose your hand, like, man, I sure missed that thing, man. Just
eating and stuff.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's for man. This was my eating hand. You know what I'm saying? I used to tear some spaghetti with this boy. You know what I'm saying? So, be not among wine bibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh. Yeah, that's the part I was supposed to read. Do you see that? Be not among riotous eaters of flesh. So Yah is telling you, just like we was reading Deuteronomy, he blessed them that took less, and and the ones that took more, they were hungry. Yah is letting you know, it was talking about just weights. Yah he's not into this overeating, this continuous eating of delicate flesh and all this stuff, the delicacies of the land, because that is the spirit of the demons, and you're operating in the whore of Babylon spirit, because she's drunk with the blood of the saints, because she keep eating. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags. So, this is not a blessing, this is a curse. 22nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 21. I don't hear this much in churches, what I'm saying, about overeating. And how many times we gotta have a funeral, somebody dying of diabetes, cardiac arrest and all this stuff that can be prevented. But the pastor, he at the funerals, we on midsummer. After the service, we have a delicacy, a table of foods and biscuits and pies and cakes in honor of
all
those
the gravy
infused with the most pleasant of pork fats. We have it all for you. And check that out. This person just died from unhealthy eating, and y'all about to go do the same thing and you're at the funeral of somebody who just died for the. You know what I'm saying? You got any salads here, Pastor? Salads. Get away. Double. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is a big thing that, you know what I'm saying, all these churches, man, I be seeing a lot of funerals, you know what I'm saying, and it be for health issues, you know what I'm saying? And you know, again, you know, it's a sensitive topic, you know what I'm saying, but it's also a necessary topic to talk about because, you know, when you're standing before Yahushua HaMashiach, like, man, if I only had another year, 2 years, 3 years to get myself right, you know what I'm saying, he'll be like, yeah, you came here early because of that fork. Nobody told me. My pastor didn't tell me about this. Well, did you read Proverbs chapter 23, 21, and 21? One time. You didn't take a ear to it? But the food, the biscuits, well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself now. Apart from me, you work of iniquity. And that iniquity was that fork. I live by it, and I'm going to die by it. Boy, that's a, boy, I did not want to be part of that, man. You know what I'm saying? 2nd Esdras chapter 16 to 21. 16 to 21. Chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, and this is a curse. This is what Yah said he was going to do in the end times.
2nd Esdras?
2nd Esdras, that's correct. 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 21. This is a curse that Yah is putting on the land in the end days. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth. As we're right now, man. If you got 50 cents, you can go get a cake. If you got $20, you can go get a cake. If you like the higher quality cake, you got $100, we got cake for you. If you're broke, we got it for you. If you ain't got no money, there's food kitchens over there. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no money, stand out in front of McDonald's. Somebody will buy you one of them with them apple pies. Somebody, hey, brother, can you give me an apple pie? You know, it's just 50 cents. It's cheap. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. And they be like, man, I got you two of them, man. They just $1. You know what I'm saying? It's just $1. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be good in good cause, and even they shall evils grow upon the earth, swords, famine, and great confusion. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and one thing, confusion, you know what I'm saying, you're not realizing, man, this stuff is so cheap, and your weight, you know what I'm saying, how can we have so much, and weight problems too? I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, middle class people, the children are fat and obese. I mean, you know, that's child abuse. You know what I'm saying? You got your child weighing, a 3-year-old weighing 40, 50 pounds. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That child, you probably took 20 years off that child's life. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no joke. So that's a curse. You know, this abundance of food, and people have no self-control, and they're just eating and eating and eating and eating and eating and eating. Now we'll go to Matthew chapter 24, 37, 38. Matthew chapter 24, start at 11, 19 first, and then we'll go to Matthew 24 after this.
Matthew 11:19.
11, 19, then we go to Matthew 24, 37 after this. That fan. Huh?
You bring it up, man?
Yeah, you know this pot there.
Okay.
Nah, I ain't right. Nah, this pot there, you know, don't breathe, man. So it's 11 and 19. The Son of Man And I read this out to show that this is an insult. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a positive thing. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a wine-bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. And we all know Yahushua wasn't no gluttonous. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this to show that how even the Pharisees saw, this behavior of gluttony as a negative thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, Yahushua ain't no gluttonous. You know what I'm saying? They was just probably, over exaggerating the point. You know what I'm saying? 24, 37, and 38. And 38. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man. And that's the end times. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating delectably and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And what's one of the things the forecomers, they were just doing, they were just enjoying eating. It's a banquet every day, it's a feast day every day, we enjoying ourselves. What is life but good food and love? I think there's a saying, what is life but good food and family or something. Yeah, eat, drink, and be merry. That's the saying. And right now,
that too, what they used to say. It's in here too.
And right now, since you're in the whore of Babylon, that's a bad thing. Because if you're in the whore and you're eating, drinking, and being married, it's a bad thing. Now you're not recognizing the times that are coming. You're seeing, obesity rates through the roof. This is ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? And this is the time that we're in right now, and it's a curse. It's not a blessing. These are not blessings. Sirach, chapter 38. Sirach, chapter 38, verse 9 to 15. Sirach 38, 9 to 15. 38, 9 to 15. My son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto Yah, and he will make thee whole. Leave off from sins, gluttony, and order thine hands aright, and cleanse thine heart. Order that hand to put down that fork. Put down. Even if you got to do it with another hand, man, put it down, man. You know what I'm saying? Interlock them. Keep picking up that fork. Leave off from sin and order thine hands aright, and cleanse thine heart from all wickedness. Gluttony. Give a sweet savor and a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being. Then give place to the physician, for Yah hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. And that's what the Levitical priesthood, they were the physicians at the time, and obviously the doctors, they're physicians at this point in time, and they can give you sound advice of keeping the body healthy. But it's about to be a double-edged sword here in a second. Then give place to the physician, for Yah hath created him. Let him not go far from thee, for thou hast need of him. There is a time when in their hands there is good success. And some people, even in the faith, they go to doctors, everything work out. Yah working with the physician, everything work out. For they shall also pray unto Yah, that he would prosper, that which they gave for ease and remedy to prolong life. And that's when you go to the doctor, they might give you, a pain pill, antibiotics, or various things of that nature. And this is the opposite of it, though. But when you playing around with your body and you're not taking your health serious, and you're succumbing to the spirit of gluttony, verse 15. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. And what happens? The physician, you know what I'm saying? They just you're in the world system, and they just feeding you death, giving you poison. You know what I'm saying? Take this stuff. Hey, they just sent me this new product. Take this. because you refuse to put down that fork. You refuse to heed to Yah's word. So Yah say, well, I'm just going to put you in their hands then. I'm not in the mix. This you and the physician. Yah's not even, some people say, let Yah's hands be on my doctor. No, this is him. And he got the shakes today. You know what I'm saying? That could be bad for you. My son, let tears fall, and this is 2:15. Yeah, so that was the end of that. Now we'll go to Sirach 34, chapter 34, 23 to 26. 34, 23 to 26. Chapter Sirach, chapter 34, 23 to 26. When one buildeth and another pull it down, what profit have they then but labor? When one prayeth and another curseth, whose voice will Yah hear? He that washeth himself after he touches of the dead, if he toucheth it again, what availeth his washing? So is it with a man that fasteth for his sins and goeth again, and doeth the same, who will hear his prayer? Or what doeth his humbling prophet himself? People going back and forth with their weight issues. They're not putting this stronghold into bondage. You know, Yahushua Mashiach it shouldn't be like this stuff. And then you need extra help. That's when you got to come to. That's what the thing about being around congregations of people who are keeping Yah's law, statutes, and commandments. If you're around a bunch of sinners and you're trying to get out of your sin, it's going to be kind of hard to come to sinners and say, hey, I need some help, man. Shit, I need some help too. You want to get some biscuits? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, that's when you really gotta really think about the people who are around you. You know what I'm saying? In the time of your need, your spiritual need, are they gonna be able to? You gonna be able to lean on them? You lean on me, we all gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now we're gonna go to. I'm probably gonna take some of this stuff on here, show y'all some of this stuff. Yeah, you watch it. Educational reading.
There you go.
Like that, Now I will admit, this is one of my favorite shows, My 600-Pound Life. From a psychological, I like to study psychology, and I like to see, why are these people putting on all this? And a lot of the times, man, the main thing that I've noticed, it's horrible mothers that mistreated the children when they were children. And then it goes back to that, you're in that feminist state, because prior to this, before women were the heads of the houses, this wasn't taking place. When the feminists came through, took over the houses, ran the houses, this is when obesity started. That's when it started. But I do like to watch this, to hear their stories, because a lot of it goes to child abuse, child molestation and all this stuff. But I'm just showing y'all some of this stuff. I mean, this is the spirit of gluttony on these people. That's what I'm saying. You become deformed.
Right.
And what's Satan going? When you go into the mirror in front of this, you're gonna look at the mirror and Satan gonna be, you're disgusting. You're gonna stay in the house. It's only gonna be Domino's and delivery because you don't want to go out nowhere. You're showing disability or something of that nature, and you become ashamed because this sin is not like the sin of this.
Something you can hide.
Yeah, like fornication, like what I'm saying.
That one is.
You can see this, you know what I'm saying, and it brings you into a state of what's the word? You're like a hermit. You just want to be to yourself. You're ashamed, and you're by yourself, and you don't really have nobody to support you or anything of these natures. And you know what I'm saying? There's pastors. I mean, I've seen pastors. You know, I've seen so many pastors that look like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna help me when you look like? You know what I'm saying? When you got this problem, and then they go that spirit of gluttony, man. 2 of them, take them out, man. Like, and then that's when you just don't care. You know what I'm saying? You'll eat, and not care. And there's probably like 5,000 calories in these 2 drinks. And that's another thing. You know, Satan be tricking people. You know what I'm saying? They don't be reading. You know what I'm saying? The calories and stuff in drinks and stuff. That one drink, that's your enough calories for you to put that whole day in that one drink.
Put a
Yeah.
Put a light on it, put vocal light 50%.
That's right, man. And she's down in 2 of them, you know what I'm saying? And all that sugar, because these things are full of sugar, they're going to turn into fat. And again, you know, after they might not pop up in a year, 2 years, 3 years, but 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to be different. You know what I'm saying?
She ain't gonna have that long because look at her.
Yeah, we understand. We understand that, and a lot of people be on this show. They be like, this is their last resort. And you know, and this is Satan mocking them too. You know what I'm saying? This is Satan mocking people who have succumbed to this stuff. And this one lady, she's too obese to go get showered. I mean, it's another thing, man. You really don't have to cover some of this stuff up because all their private parts are covered up by the fat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
She's her own benefit.
I mean, you know, I mean, this is some depressing stuff, and it's all had a start. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's feeding these people. That's the thing. These people are not capable of getting it. But what's going to happen? That demon going to rile up when they don't get what you want. How you want now? I told you Jimmy Jean sausages. I said 3-pack. I mean, so a lot of these people, again, they go to the feminist movement. The man is out the house to restore order, to keep things sound. And again, Satan has manipulated a lot of the women, and now it's just the women in a lot of these situations. Oh yeah, whatever you want, whatever you want. What's one of the things they say? I spoil my children. That is bad and evil to spoil your children. You have I don't spoil us, but you gonna spoil your children. And why would you say something? Would you drink spoiled milk? Look, that's spoiled. You gonna eat something that's spoiled, but you're gonna spoil your children. Now you're doing 2 things. You're doing them wrong, and you're putting a vibration on them. My children are spoiled. I mean, rotten, no good. That's the power of words. Y'all remember that? Those who were here when I did that lesson on the powers of words. You know, so you gotta be careful what you say, because you're putting this on your children and on yourself and whatnot. And then, you know, this is a shameful thing, man.
That girl right there, not that one. Go back up, make it go up, right there.
Her?
She look like she about 16 or 17.
That's what I'm saying. It's an epidemic that are destroying children. When you are poorly, having been raised poorly since birth, they always say, oh, she or he was always bigger than the other children. What you think if they continue? What you think they're gonna be bigger than the adults too when they grow up? And this is morbidly obese. You know what I'm saying? And I see so many people like this in the churches, and nobody's saying nothing. And everybody know they got weight problems, but ain't nobody saying nothing, because nobody judge not. You can't judge nobody. Okay, well they're about to die, and that blood's on your hand. And when you see Yahushua HaMashiach, say, why didn't you judge her? Judge not, lest you be judged. Do you know who you're talking to? It's not like talking to one of us that we know the scriptures and we can go to. You're talking to an author of the scripture. You're taking that out of context. You know what I'm saying? When Yahushua tell you, I'm the one who. This is my word. I know what I'm talking about, and that blood is on your hands when you before Yahushua HaMashiach. That's when the eyes turn flaming fire at you. Because you helped somebody die. You helped kill them. You helped murder them. And that's child abuse, you know what I'm saying? And some of these people, I know she died. And he be doing those.
That's the doctor.
He be doing those. And this isn't helping them. This is really just snipping their stomach, And some of them still have the demon. Well, all of them still have the demon on them, and the stomach just busts open sometimes. They still, because they didn't fix the root problem. You have a spiritual demon on you that you're a slave to, and you're not fighting this demon, and you don't even know. Even when you do fight this demon, you don't have the proper tools to fight the demon. You know what I'm saying? You're just chipping at something when you need Yahusha to come through with the boulder. Move back. Beep, 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 beep. Boom!
That
You
girl
know-
next to the doctor, I know she can't be obese.
Her. She did.
Not her, the other one on the right.
Well, you know, some of them, they had a transformation, you know what I'm saying? They, after 2 or 3 years, you know. Because again, you know, you can take it, but another consequence, that loose skin, a lot of them have that loose, because once you stretch the body to a point, that's it. And some of them have to get surgery removed. But you have scars now. You know what I'm saying? And that could cause you depression too, because a lot of women, again, women are emotional, and that she'll be hard time finding a husband or something of that nature because she's so,
Scarred up.
Mm-hmm. So, man, this has a multitude of problems. I mean, that's over 1,200 pounds right there.
Yeah,
I seen that episode.
I seen that one.
And they had
Well,
parties
I ain't
over
see
there.
the whole thing. I just seen them when they went there.
And they're so and they're so
That one on the left,
right
he
here.
weighs 700 pounds.
Yeah, she was huge. And they don't have regular scales. These are cattle scales. You know what I'm saying? For industrial use scales.
Industrial use.
Everything is more embarrassing about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everything depression when you can't be weighed on a normal scale because it only goes up to like 300 pounds. You got to get onto the ones that they weigh horses and stuff like, man, that's embarrassing, man. You know what I'm saying? And that hurts. But yeah, I remember they had a party. They had a lose weight party. They had ordered pizza and everything, all type of things, and all the family was huge. Everybody was huge, and the one girl who she got her bypass or whatever, she was talking about the fat people. You was just like that last 2 years, master. And that ego, because they're not getting healing, they're getting healing of the world, and that's not coming with humility. And as soon as a lot of these people, because they've been trapped in this body for so long, now the whoredom spirit come on. I'm gonna got some tight clothes on when they get that, because they didn't get healed of Yahushua Mashiach, they got healed of the world. You know what I'm saying? So I would check out. Y'all might, y'all want to check out this show. I mean, look at me. This is the adverse effects, man. And he had the skin right there. I mean, that's a hard life, man. And a lot of people in the churches are just looking at these people dying, you know what I'm saying? And y'all did not meant for the body to go through this. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? God dang, boy, I tell you, boy. All right. That's truly sad, though. Let me pull this down. Life, obesity, and this is lymphedema.
Lymphedema, yeah.
I got that one, Brother King. And this is one of the adverse effects of this. See how. Now imagine you looking at this. Imagine waking up to this every day that you don't even want to look at it. I mean, that's how bad it is. But this is the consequence of gluttony. Your body starts breaking down grievously. Look at this. This is the skin going to a space where, you know what I'm saying? Your body has a certain limit. You know what I'm saying? And your body wasn't even meant to, go through all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is just, you're defiling the temple. You have to defile the temple. And you think about this. This is what the priests, the Levitical priests, were putting on the altar of Yah. Defiled beasts. Why you put these sick beasts on here? Got cancer, missing I mean, Boy, this is sad thing, man. And this world is unmerciful, man. You go out here looking like this, people gonna laugh at you. People gonna take pictures of you. People gonna mock you. The world is cruel, man. They do it to normal people, people who are quote unquote normal. You know what I'm saying? If I fall down in front of somebody probably laugh at me. You know what I'm saying? But imagine, you know what I'm saying, somebody with all these other extra issues. I mean, I can just get back up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever. You know, a person who's wearing 500-600 pounds, they need some help. I mean, look, the corroding of the skin. I mean, this is the consequences. Satan wants you out of here by any means. Look at, I mean, we know that this flesh is decaying. Like, right, we're all decaying in here. But you don't have to speed up the decay exponentially. You know what I'm saying? And when you can't control that fork and that knife, this is what you're going to do. These people, 30, 40 years old, they out of here. They're out of here.
Yeah.
And you got to think about, the misery. Misery brings you to the grave faster. And you waking up like this every day, you asking God to take you out of here. But they not understanding. When you leave, you didn't leave here on good standing. But yeah, I'm just showing y'all, the real adverse effects of overeating. You know what I'm saying? It's you pay the price. It's a price. And this, I put this up here for the blood. The scriptures say the life is in the blood. That's what the scriptures say. If your blood is filled with fats and delicacies, that means your blood ain't flowing. The life ain't flowing through you. If your blood ain't flowing, the life ain't flowing. How many people, died because their blood just couldn't flow? And this is rampant in Zion. The clogged up arteries. This is a horrible, and this is just another. Satan wants you out of here where it's a bullet to the head, an accident, or you did it, or Satan can get you with the fork. However, Satan can get you out of here. Satan can get you out of here. And this is one of the curses. It's like we read in 2nd Esdras, that in that day, that the victuals will be so cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give these people $300-400. Well, they got bags of chips, big chip bags at Walmart for 75 cents. You know what I'm saying? We can give me the regular, the barbecue, and the sour cream. That's it for my nice snack. What you at? That's 75 cents a piece. That's $225, $250 right there. You got $250. If you got $300 more dollars up in there, you just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is a sad life to die in, man. All this, and this is exactly what it is, man. You got bombs, you know what I'm saying? At any moment, you can leave out of here. Clogging the blood, you know what I'm saying? And that's harming the temple, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, these churches aren't teaching about that, keeping your temple clean. If you're, you know what I'm saying? And keeping all this excess stuff out of your life, out of your body, so the blood can flow, so you can be at your optimal to teach the word. Again, people got a zeal to teach the word, but if your body can't do it, if every day you wake up and you say, "Oh, give me the strength today, y'all. Give me the strength today," just to stand up, I don't think you're gonna be much use going out into the world. The Mormons got you beat. They fit. You see the devils? They fit. They riding bicycles. They are walking, but you ain't walking in 10 years. Okay, that fat cat, just keep your fat. That image is more to this image, put it down. And this is gonna be a demonic depiction of it. Oh, that's two fat cats too. Look at them fat cats. They too fat to get up. And this is what it is, right? I need to make this smaller though. It's different. See, and this is the spiritual aspect of it. You go back to Enoch 15. These are the demons that are in these people, feeding to no end. Again, it's one thing to see somebody in the physical, how they're ill, but once you put on your spiritual eyes and you can see in the spirit, man, it's hideous. You got this hideous monster attached to you. And we're just walking around like, no biggie, because we're not gauging in the spiritual eyes, you know what I'm saying, to see past that, and you got demons right behind you, just feeding you. You're hungry, eat, feed the beast. And once you die, they're just going to jump on somebody else. You're just a host for the demon at that particular time. That's some hideous stuff, man. Gluttony, them demon gluttony, man. You look at this stuff, man, this is what's on people spiritually, man. You really got to think about that. When you sin, the demon that is attached to that is hideous.